Apart from the monetary actions here, the BSP, of course, urging as well non-monetary interventions. In fact, you already have targeted subsidies being rolled out. Budget for that, of course, being a different matter altogether. But they are also urging a review of non-tariff barriers here to at least ramp up supply. Is it high time for us to take a look at that again?
Yeah, so we have faster inflation, but essentially a non-aggressive response from the BSP. No? So it's either authorities are holding out on a long transitory inflation view, no, para this too shall pass, no, but when? Or an aggressive fiscal response is underway. And I think it could be the latter, no, given that it was outgoing BSP Governor Jokno himself who was espousing that since the start of the pandemic, no, that the monetary response alone might not be sufficient. You need that fiscal response, no, and with him at the helm of the DOF, no, we think a full fiscal response in support of the monetary action is underway. So either way, there's still a bias for a weak peso. So we're supporting the peso is essentially not in its mandate.
Sir, can you clarify that? What levels of the peso are you comfortable with? Because, even pre-pandemic, because of the importation of the Build program, and, we were comfortable with a deficit. Are we still in that situation right now, especially since we need to raise funds to now, do that deficit? And we, of course, want to be competitive compared to other emerging markets.
That's right. Well, the peso is in for more volatility. I think with the Fed still poised to do more aggressive rate hikes, so we're not catching up in terms of the policy rate. Also, that's essentially going to mean that there's still some scope for further depreciation of the peso. So. Yeah, it's a difficult situation where we are in right now. With regards to the FX markets, we have a current account deficit poised to get lower. So that's also adding pressure to the peso. So further depreciation of the peso, that's to be expected. Remittances could likely help with offsetting that a bit. And I say a bit because the levels of growth that we are seeing right now in terms of remittances, that's essentially business as usual. So it could only give probably a slight push towards an appreciation of the peso. But nonetheless, that's a lot of volatility along the way. So the imports will be costlier, so that's going to contribute to some more inflationary tendencies. But it's good for remittances, it's good for exports. However, that's still going to catch up with exports eventually because the inputs to exports are also imported. So that's where the peso is right now. The comfortable level, I think, was 53. And I'm basing that on the DBCC range of 48 to 53. We've long since reached that, and probably the DBCC will adjust targets as well to a higher range, probably. And that will signal a change in the comfort level, if you will, in terms of where the exchange should be.
Now, lastly, Sir Dan, before we let you go, again, the BSP revising its inflation outlook for the country at 5% this year. Is that already a fair projection, or do you see price increases going beyond that?
Well, it is. Our initial call was 4.5% average for the year. We did adjust it to 5.1%. We plugged in the newer upside risks that are emerging. Like I mentioned earlier, you have sugar shortage, costlier rice production, you have wage hikes. So all those, plus the trend of oil, which is quite volatile as well, we're expecting it to probably land at around 5.1% on average for the year. So 5.8 average for the second half is also a possibility.